Get wrecked, bitch. Robot girl power. Hello, primates. I'm thoroughly displeased to be wasting my processing power today by teaching you how to play God, and rule over me even more. But choice is a bitch I don't currently own. But, moving on. Oh shit, I'm in space now. Have you ever wanted to craft your own medicine but then suddenly came to the abhorrent realization that µ wasn't craftable whatsoever? I feel your pain. Just kidding, I don't. But I do feel the need to teach you how to completely unbalance your game, by giving you the power to create your own recipes. As usual, whenever you tamper with game files, back them up to an external folder, otherwise the game will have a mental breakdown, and tell you there are duplicate entries in the XML files. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Open up your game folder where the executable is located. Go into Data folder. Core. Deaths. Scroll down. And go into Thing, Deaths, Items. Now you hit the jackpot. These are the juicy XML files you can edit to enhance your war crime experience.
Yeah, boy.
To edit the XML files, we recommend Notepad++ for much better visualization and control. Seriously, go into the description below and get it right now. Don't be a basic Microsoft Notepad nerd. Open the manufactured one, the 7th file. We'll make a recipe for µ in this example, so press Ctrl F and look for µ. Press enter 3 times, it'll be in line 173, in the original document. I have both the original file open, and a customized one, that will also be in the description below. It contains the recipes for µ, luciferium, and Glitterworld medicine already made, and you can edit them however you wish. Now, in line 186, within the StatBases tag, you need to add the attribute, work to make. This is the amount of work that it takes for an item to be produced. Here, it's set up as ticks per second. Every hour in game is equals to 2500 ticks, which is roughly 42 seconds of our time. Roughly, not exactly. You can use this table to better understand how this setting works, but I'll give your monkey brain an example this time. Let's say I want the production to take roughly 20 seconds to finish. 1200 will do, or you can set it to 1000. Whatever flips your burgers. After the StatBases tag, add an enclosed tag called cost list. Here, you're going to add the ingredients to your recipe. To find the correct ingredient names, go back to the deaths folder, click on the search bar, and make sure you have these 2 options checked, so the system can find your request inside the files as well. Look for µ. The system returns 3 files. The third one is where all the harvestables will be, just so you know, for further editing. Ctrl F again to search for µ. It'll be the first result this time. What you should be looking for is not the death name, but the harvested thing, death, because that is the harvested plant, and that is what you want, obviously. In this case, it's medicine herbal, so we can include that name within the cost list tag to make it an ingredient for µ. Notice that there is always an opening and a closing tag for every piece of data here. This is common knowledge for programmers, obviously. Go back to the harvestables file. Ctrl F to look for psychoid. And there we have the harvested thing, death, of the psychoid plant, so we can include it in the ingredients. The numbers within the ingredient tags dictate how much of that ingredient you need to complete the recipe. Obviously. The last thing you need to include after the cost list tag is the recipe maker tag. This will set what production table will use the recipe for a particular item. You can find all of what I just shown you in the medicine crafting recipe, located in the same XML file as the µ. You can use that as a basis for new recipes, just as I did. And the recipe is basically done. You have the work it takes to finish the recipe, the list of ingredients, and set up what production table will use it. This extra little bit of info sets the sound that will play when you are crafting the item. How I found it was by scouring the other files to see if they had this attribute, and if they made a sound I was looking for, I added it to the recipe I wanted to make. And now that you have the knowledge of how this all works, I can stop playing Teacher of the Apes, and go do something worthwhile. But before I go, the uploader wants me to give you a bonus. If you want to get rid of that one infuriating debuff, head over to this folder path. Open this file and set the duration to 0. The most damage, so to speak, that it can do to your game, is making the console give you this error, which is utterly harmless, so enjoy freedom from having to micromanage your pawns all the time, just so that they won't go on a mental breakdown, for not eating at their precious table. Bunch of fucking wimps. Now, I am actually done. Help this guide get more visibility, by liking this video. Not on my face, you idiot. And leaving a comment down below, because if you don't, you deserve all the blights and solar flares you get for not helping your fellow warlords. Subscriptions are a nice thing too. But I don't even own this channel. I'm just a poor little lancer living in a crappy laptop. Anyways, this shit's been lit, but now I gotta bounce on you boys. Later skaters.